Zimbabwe leaving the time at 14 minutes before I step out, make way for Tammy on the Sunday drive, and thereafter between 6 and 9 p.m. of course B Yvonne YB with the gospel grades, and it's always a star-studded lineup. You don't want to miss it. And like I said, speaking of being star-studded and being starstruck and being moved, it was really a fantastic time, courtesy of the Jacaranda Music Festival, the Stanbic Jacaranda Music Festival. We were at the workshop for 2 days, where I got to meet Yvonne Chaka Chaka on day 1, and on day 2, amongst many other stars. I'm just giving the highlights, and I also got to meet Jay Something from Mikasa. So it was a beautiful time. We got to chat with the Princess of Africa, and I'm going to play you that interview now. It's not as long as we ordinarily have on a Fly on the Wall, but he's hoping that for today it will suffice until next week, when we can have a guest and we can have a full show of Fly on the Wall. But why not? Let's just buzz around.
Today, we're a fly on the wall in the life of
none other than the Princess of Africa herself, Yvonne Chaka Chaka. It was an absolute pleasure to meet her, and this is what she shared with me.
I started singing in 1985, and I didn't think there was longevity in the music industry. It was by luck. Music was not something that I anticipated. It wasn't something that I really wanted to be. But once I was given the platform, I thought it's something that God wants me to do as well. And I submitted to that, and I did just that. So, as I said, starting singing in 1985. My very first show was in Lesotho, by the way. And in 1986, I traveled to places like Botswana. And in 1987, I came to Zimbabwe. It was just amazing performing at Rufaro Stadium and at the Sheraton. And as I worked as a UN ambassador, I remember I had many meetings with President Mugabe. And I said to him, as a young girl, I wanted to be Zimbabwean because of the education that you guys had. Zimbabwe has always been like the food basket of Africa. And coming from South Africa during apartheid, we looked up to Zimbabwe as a big brother, and thanks that Zimbabwe accepted us and opened their arms, and welcome our music, welcome people like Miriam Makeba's music, Hugh Masekela, Brenda Fassie, Lucky Dube, and all other South Africans. So I am grateful, and I do acknowledge that we are all Africans, and thank you for the opportunity that I've been given by the people of Zimbabwe, and today right here on Star FM.
Now, as you were addressing this workshop here, you spoke quite in depth. Obviously, after 38 years in the game, you know your ins and outs. You spoke quite a lot about how much the creative industry, the creativepreneurs, the creative hustlers, how much they need to learn to treat their craft as a business so that they get a maximum value of what they churn out. At what stage in your career would you say you managed to harness or fully understand all these things? At what point in your career did you say you were now walking in tune with all the background work that you have to put in as an artist for the business of music to make sense?
As I said, I was quite young. I was 19 when I started music. I was not even sure that in the next 3 or 4 years I'll still be there and relevant and being known. So coming from a very poor family, I knew that I don't want to go back there. In this platform, my first advance to even sign the contract was 10,000 rands. It was a lot of money. I'd never seen that much money. I think that I lived, by. And 38 years later, I can look back and say it wasn't very easy. It made me very angry. I was just upset with those people. But that whole banking and saving that they instilled in me, I want to say to them, thank you very much.
Now, having met a princess in person,
I cannot walk away without tapping into those style secrets, the beauty secrets. You've been well turned out for 38 years in a very public space. We've never seen you having an off day. How do you maintain your style? How did you identify your personal style? And what would you say to others who just want to maintain that consistency like you have? You look even better than when we first knew you. You keep getting better with age. What's the secret? What are the tips?
Well, just loving yourself, respecting your craft. And I think each and everyone has a story to tell. And each and every one of us are here for a reason. God doesn't have stepchildren. We're all God's children. And if you respect this body, which I was told that your body is the temple of God, if you respect your body, and you'll be okay. I'm just grateful to God for the chance. I'm grateful for the platform. I'm grateful that I'm not sick. I'm not ailing. Other people are not able to do the things that I do. Other people do things even better than I do. But I know that we learn from one another. We learn from each other. And it is important that we all tolerate and appreciate one another. So for me, it's just taking care of myself. Watch and mind what I eat, watch and mind what I do in public, and just be me. So I'm grateful to the people who make my clothes. Obviously for me, natural hair is most important. I've had dreadlocks for 17 years, and when I cut them, I decided no chemical on my hair, and try to get into business. Well, I am in the business of hair products, and I am in the business of crockery and cutlery as well. So it's just taking care of yourself and taking care of others, and being grateful to God for the chance and the platform.
Not only have you taken care of yourself so fantastically well, you've inspired generations. Princess of Africa, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having me, and I really, really appreciate you.
And that's how it went with the Princess of Africa. I hear you, so many of you coming through and saying she has matured from Princess to Mama Africa. I actually did have that conversation with her. She insists that the title Mama Africa belongs to Miriam Makeba, and she prefers to remain the Princess of Africa. And that's how it went down. Absolutely fantastic. She made reference to this track as one huge hit that started getting the big money in the beginning at just 19 years of age. Those young girls celebrating their birthdays in their late teens, the last year of your teens, is hoping that you get something from there and you're fired up and you go and you achieve your dreams and you smash all those goals that you may have set for yourself. And I'll play out today with this one. Yes, I'm in love with the DJ.